And what we saw is OData nothing but some set of rules majorly developed by Microsoft itself, and Microsoft made it open source. Using these rules, we can develop APIs, and these APIs will help us to expose our existing ERP on-premise data on the browser. Correct. And also, OData is not SAP property. Yeah, they have integrated it with their architecture on SAP NetWeaver. That is why we are able to use it. And also, what you need to understand here is Fiori app only and only talks with the OData service. It do not cares what is the backend programming language which has been used to develop it. It do not cares about that part. It do not cares whether it is .NET, Java, Python, whatever it is. It only cares about the input and output that it is going to provide. So as a ABAPer, we will focus on using ABAP programming language, how to develop the OData services. Yeah, here we will majorly only focus on ABAP. Okay. There are certain important T codes that you guys are going to remember it. So some important T codes for OData services. Yeah, some important T codes are there. These are very first one, SEGW, Service Gateway Builder. Gateway Builder, which is used to create OData projects. Yeah, Service Gateway Builder. Then /n/IWFND /mint_service to register the OData services. OData services. /n/IWFND/mint_service to register the OData services. Then you have /n/IWFND/error_log_log to check the log of the OData services. If there is any error, you can check it under this transaction code. Yeah. Gateway client is there, so /n/IWFND/GW_client. Gateway client to locally test the OData services. Test the OData services. This one is also there. SICF is there to check the entry of registered OData service, whether it is in active status. Yeah, SICF. We can check the CSRF tokens from here. We are going to use SE24 transaction code, which we have just learned for class builder. Yeah. SE37 function builder. Okay. SE38 ABAP editor. That one is also there. Our SE80 object navigator, which is your ABAP workbench navigator. ABAP workbench. And the last one will be ST22 for ABAP dubs. These are some of the transaction codes which are really important for OData services so that we can check if there is some sort of problem. Please make sure using OData services, we are going to develop our um, APIs, which will help us to expose our ERP data. Correct? Yeah, right. Also, there is one free to use OData service that SAP has given. If you want to check, you can just open your SAP logon. Let's see this. And simply open your SAP logon. Yeah, login. And I will simply go to /n/IWFND/mint_service. Yeah, here. And here you can search it. So click on filter. There is one sample service you are going to see. Sample, which SAP has given. Search for it. See here. ZGW sample basic. One service SAP has given for demo purpose, which you can also locally test to understand how services actually works here. Correct? Double click on it. And let me show you. Yeah. Now you can simply go for call browser to test it. As soon as you will click on call browser, you see here, by default, it is asking for username and password. So let's pass it. Our system credential of our SAP logon. See this one. This link, you can test it from anywhere. Anywhere. So even if I go for Chrome browser, and I go there, take it from here. See, it's still working. Yeah, it is still working. This is our service. And this entire thing is known as your service document. You see here, you have product set, sales order line item set, contact set, the country set. So this is something a demo service SAP has given for local testing, which you can use. And here, if you focus on these sets are the entry points using which we are going to perform the CRUD operations. These are nothing but entity set. We will discuss everything on that part. Right now, just a sample OData service that they have given. This is the entity type here, the type of this set, business partner and business partner set, product and product set, sales order and sales order set, correct? Yeah. Also, you can check the metadata of your service. You can just pass here the URL /$ metadata and you can check it. All the properties of your service here for the business partner. See, all the columns, address, business partner ID, company name, web address, email, phone number. So this is the metadata. Metadata contains all the information about the entity type and entity sets, the properties. It is a string. Yeah, its nullable is false, maximum length is 80. So every property you can check it using the metadata. Metadata is nothing but the complete information about the entities and the properties of the OData services. So what we can simply say here, metadata definition for a service, metadata. Metadata contains the complete information of a OData service. Complete information for any of the OData service. Yeah. So that is a sample service which will be available in every possible system. You can check it, yeah, to understand how usually things works here. Is it okay? Everyone, is it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then let's understand the properties of the OData services. So let's go a little bit deeper now. Yeah. Properties of the OData services. So now we understand that we have a definition. OData acts as a backend for the front-end Fiori applications. Front-end Fiori applications. That is going to be the definition for it. And OData has been integrated into SAP NetWeaver, into the SAP NetWeaver, yeah, and will be executed mainly under SAP NetWeaver only, and will help us to perform the CRUD operation. Correct? That is what we are going to see here. Yeah. So here you need to understand two things. The SAP NetWeaver only supports NetWeaver Gateway, only supports two formats of the data. Only supports two formats of data. First one is your XML format, and the second one is your JSON format. XML and JSON format. What is XML format? Extensible markup language. Markup language. This is one format to pass and pass the data, use the data. Another is your JSON, JavaScript object notation. JavaScript object notation here. Object notation. This is relatively more preferred. More preferred because it is lightweight in nature. Because it is lightweight in nature. In nature. That's why it is more preferred. So here, if you check this at this moment, if you go back, so you here format is XML. See this. That is your XML format data. If you change it to JSON, that will also work. That is your JSON format. You see, it is more better and relatively more easier for us. Correct? So it is your JSON format of data. That's how it looks like. JSON is more preferred relatively because it is lightweight in nature and it do not increases much load on the application. So two format only supported by SAP, either XML or JSON. Now, whenever we create any OData project, we will see mainly four folders. Any OData server project, we will see mainly four folders. And where we will create it? SEGW. Very first transaction code, you must remember it. SEGW. So if I am going for this SEGW section, and if I will go for this create button here, create project, I will pass one name here. So let's say Z first 7 to 9, 7 to 8 morning project. Okay, first OData project. I will pass here my package and I will go for OK button. This is my project here. Yeah, I will click on save button and I will assign the transport request. So whenever you create any OData project, what you see here, 4 folders are always there. Data model, service implementation, runtime artifacts, and service maintenance. Data model contains some mini folders, but service implementation and runtime artifacts are empty at this moment. Something is also under this service maintenance. Okay, so mainly 4 folders are there. So these mainly 4 folders. First one is your data model. Second one is your service implementation. Third one is your runtime artifacts. Fourth one will be service maintenance. Mainly 4 folders are there. This is for data related thing, correct? That's why data model for data related thing related. Now inside this data model, you will see 5 more things. Entity type, entity set, and then you are going to see here association and association set. Inside this one also. Check this. Entity type, association, entity sets. So tell me one thing. I have one question. Suppose I want to create one internal table. What do I need? I have one question here. Suppose I want to create one internal table. So what do I need?
We need a structure for this internal table type.
Yes.
Structure
So
or table type.
correct. So if you want to create a internal table, what is an internal table? Internal table is nothing but a data object, a complex kind of data object where we are going to store some sort of data, correct? Right? In form of rows and columns. So we will need a type of it. That type is your structure, a complex structure. Here, if you see this, entity type is the type, correct? So what is entity type? Entity type is similar to structure in ABAP programming. Whatever you know the concept of structure, same thing is going to be applied on entity type also. Yeah. And it is an option to maintain the collection of fields, with data type and length. So mainly all the fields, their data type, length, you are going to simply define using this entity type. It's the type of the entity. Entity is, if you want to compare, you can call it like if one row is your entity set will become your internal table, and entity type is your structure using which you are going to create that data object. Just relate it with the same normal ABAP programming. It will not be very difficult here. Yeah. So these entity types are similar to your structure. Then this one is similar to work area. What is the use of work area, guys?
Temporary storage of data which can be accessed one by one.
Not one by one. We'll say at most one record at a time.
Yeah, one record.
Correct.
It
So this is
stores.
a entity, a single record it is also going to store, similar to that one. Entity is an option to hold a single record at a time. Single record. Your entity set. So entity set is an option to hold the collection of record, hold the collection of records, and it is similar to internal table in normal ABAP programming. Okay. How many of you recall the concept of association? Did we discuss it? Did we discuss association? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, we did not discuss. Okay, no problem. What does association seems like? Just an English word, a relation between something, correct? Right? Relation between something. So association is a type of relationship between two individuals. Yeah. It is a type of relationship between two individuals. Yeah. It is a loose coupling here. Loose coupling and good to have relationship. Good to have means if it is there, then it is perfectly fine. But if this relationship is not there, then it do not means that it is mandatory. That is why it is good to have relationship. So the entities are not dependent on each other, and they can work independently. That's why it is a good to have relationship. For example, let's see. For example, relationship between a plane and a passenger. That is your association relationship. But I can say if passenger is there for the plane, then it is fine. Otherwise, if passenger is not there, still plane can fly. It is not dependent on passenger. It needs only a pilot to fly the plane. Also, if plane is not there for the passenger, they can use another vehicles like car, bus, or ship to travel anywhere. Can I say this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is a good to have relationship. If it is there, then it is perfectly fine. The business of plane will rise. They will have the passenger. But if they do not have any passenger, it do not mean that they cannot fly. Still, it can fly, correct? So it is a association. This kind of relationship, good to have relationship are called association. They are not dependent on each other. Here, so it is the relationship. Now, if we talk about OData services, it is the relationship between two entities. If you are going to apply any association, you are going to see this. Then association sets. So association set is a relationship. It is good. Is a relationship between two entity sets. So mainly 5 things you are going to see under this data model section. Under this data model section, mainly you will see always 5 things. Entity types, association, entity sets, and the relations. Okay. Second one is your service implementation. Right now it is empty because we have not yet defined our data model. Once you will define the data model, then this service implementation will start working. So this contains the implementation part. So this Service implementation folder. Implementation folder mainly contains the CRUD methods. Mainly contains the CRUD methods. Yeah, it is going to, you are going to see here create entity, get entity, yeah, get entity set, get entity set, update entity, and delete entity. Mainly 5 methods you are going to see always here. 5 methods. See here, create entity for creating one single record. Single record for getting or for fetching a single record. One single record. You have get entity set. So for reading multiple records, this is updating single record. And finally, delete entity for removing the existing record. These 5 methods will be used for performing the CRUD operation from the front-end application. Front-end will send the data, or either this by using the get entity set and get entity, you can also send the data to the front-end application. That is the use of this service implementation folder. Then third one, runtime artifacts. So this will contain the runtime generated classes. Runtime generated classes. There is one generate button here. Once you align the data model, once you assign the data model, once you create your local structure, internal table kind of thing, that is entity type and entity set here. Once you, then you will click on this generate runtime object, and this runtime object will be generated at the runtime. So this will contain the runtime generated classes. So when you click on the generate button, system will by default generate the runtime classes based on the data model. And this will mainly contains MPC class, model provider class, MPC extension class, DPC data provider class, DPC extension class, and then registered service and registered model. 6 things will always be available here. Model provider class. Model provider class. It will contain the data model that you have defined. Provider class. That's why I said object-oriented programming is the basic for OData services. So this will contain your model provider class, and this will have the structure and type declaration that you have defined. This will have the structure and type declaration that you have defined. You have MPC extension class here. So this inherits the MPC class. model provider class. That's why it will have all the feature of it. It is a extension class. So let me write one important note for you here that will remembered by you. So every extension class is a class which generates only once, in their entire life cycle, only once. Yeah. So these classes will be used by us for writing custom logic from our side. As a developer, you are only going to use these extension classes, this one, MPC extension and DPC extension for writing the logic. This MPC extension is inheriting the model provider class, which is mainly used for structure and type declaration. So also our custom structure and type declaration will be done by us in this MPC extension class. So by at the definition, at the implementation type, if by chance you want to do any definition, you can utilize this extension class. This is for model provider. Data provider class is for implementation. So this is for implementation. This is for implementation. And this one, this we will use for writing our custom logic. You might be thinking, why only extension classes? Why not these DPC classes? The reason is these classes, see this, that is why I write the note point here. Every extension class is a class which generates only once in their life cycle. So by mistake, suppose I have implemented the logic inside the DPC class and I went to SEGW and I clicked on this generate button again. So every class will be generated and all our logic will be refreshed. So everything that I have written here will be removed. But if you are writing inside the extension class, these classes are generated only once in their lifetime. They will not be generated again. So here your logic will remain safe. That's why always write the logic in the extension classes. This is an interview question also. Everybody is confused every time here. Is this clear, everyone? I said everyone, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, Amrit.
I am saying the same thing. If your concepts are okay, you can implement any sort of logic. Please do not remember anything. Try to understand the concept in the same way that I have learned these things. SRV, registered service. So this contains the service name, which we will share to our theory developers. And this will have the model name, the registered model. So total these 6 things are there which are going to be generated at the runtime. Runtime artifacts. Last one is your service maintenance folder. So this is your service maintenance. It mainly contains two important things. Or should I say 3 important things? Yeah. First one, you can directly register your OData service from here. Second thing, you can test your OData services locally directly from here. Yeah, locally directly from here. And the last one is it is used to trace or find out the error or logs of SAP OData. Three things we can use here. So we can utilize these things for three different purposes. If you go and check this service maintenance folder, double click on it. You can register your OData services. You can check the error log, and you can also go to SAP Gateway client, which is used for locally testing your OData services. Which is used for locally testing your OData service. Everyone, is this clear? Yes or no? Any
Amit, I
questions or?
have one question. Can you please go to the previous screen?
Yes, please.
So here we just want to check the error log for the service which we have generated.
Yes, this is for this service only. This
Okay.
OData only. If there is any error, you can just click on this. It will show the error.
I mean to say that whether any connection loss or this kind of the things, or whether we can check. Suppose we have written some logic over here, and we want to check for that whether it will work perfectly or not. So do
Are
we
you asking about debugging?
not debugging kind of the things? Suppose some data we are just passing through in the data, and we're checking that whether we are expecting the proper output from there or not. So
So that will you check via debugging now, whether it is
o-
returning you the correct output or not. That is
okay,
not
okay,
part of error. Error is something like you pass something and something happened that was unexpected. That is a error now. But if you are talking about input and output purpose, that will you do the debugging, correct?
okay, okay, okay,
For that, yeah,
okay, fine. Yeah.
okay, all right. So these basic concepts are really important here. Now, once you have understand it, now let's start development part of. So developing our services, OData service. Yeah. So we can develop our OData service mainly using two ways. Mainly using two ways. First one is your using BAPI plus RFC. And the second one is without using BAPI. Yeah. What does this mean? Kuntal, have you tried this
Uh,
one?
Without using BAPI, I just use it, but with using
Custom logic.
BAPI,
Okay, no
yes,
problem.
we
We'll
just
see
create
that.
one
Writing
service.
custom.
Yes,
Yes, yes, no problem. We usually writing everything from ourselves, correct?
correct. Yes.
Everything from ourselves. Here, what we will be doing, utilizing the already existing code. Already existing code. We will discuss each and every part. Okay. Utilizing the already existing code. So let's start with some very basic stuff. Then we will be using some standard stuff also. So if you recall, like yesterday, we used our employee table, correct? Let's start with the same one. There was an employee table which consists of here 6 records. Sorry, 6 columns are there. So let's use this one. So every time when you want to create your OData, what you can do, you can directly utilize the structure or table name. If you have a standard structure you created from AC11, if you have a global structure, if you created from AC11, or if you have a table name, you can directly use it. And now you can simply go to OData service and you can generate your data model by using the same thing. Right click on the data model, go for import and DDIC structure. and just you can pass the name of your entity type here. See this entity type here. So I'm passing my employee here for employee. You can use here a ABAP structure that is there. So either table name will also be working, or if you have created a standard structure from SE11, that will also work in the same way. See this thing here, a checkbox, create default entity set. So if you have marked it as true, what it will do, it will create a default entity set by just using SET here. Automatic set will be created with this name. Or if you are not marking it, you will have to manually create a entity set. That is why it is always preferred to always mark it. System will automatically generate a entity set that is an internal table for you. Correct? So select it, go for next button. Now this will display all the columns of your structure that you have selected. For my employee table, these are the columns. I will select the columns here. Suppose I am not taking MINDT. Rest I am selecting all the columns. I will go for next. Now system will ask what is the primary key for you. So I will mark my employee ID as the primary key and I will finish it. See, project has checked, no error found, and entity type has been imported successfully. So now you see this service implementation folder has also been enabled, which was disabled a few moments ago, but now it has been enabled. And if you open this data model section, you can see entity type employees there and entity set here, employee set is there. And if you open this one, you will see properties. Automatically, all the properties has been defined. Employee ID, name, department, manager, salary, and currency. One more thing here, OData services are case sensitive. Whatever name you see here, the name must be followed in the same way. When you are passing a URL for gateway client or from Fiori app, the name must be same as you are passing here. They are case sensitive. Unlike ABAP programming, where you can pass everything in capital or a small letter, but here things are different. The name must be followed in the same way that you have passed here. Any questions right now on this? Declaration of data model. We created our type and internal table. Same thing that we do in ABAP programming. Okay. Once this one is done, what you will do, you will generate the runtime artifacts. So select the project and click on this generate button. See here, automatically a pop-up is coming where it is going to generate you model provider class, data provider class, see model provider extension class, data provider extension class. Technical registration is also there for your service and select it. Pass the package. Request. Takes few seconds and your all the runtime artifacts will be generated. You can see this message. Everything has been generated here. MPC, MPC extension, DPC, DPC extension, and registered model and registered service. Yeah. Now, if you will try to regenerate it, all the classes except the extension classes will be generated. You can check it. I re-clicked on the generate button. Let's see this again. See here. Everything has been generated except the extension classes. Extension classes are the classes which are generated only once in their lifetime. Only once in their lifetime. Correct? So you can simply go to this runtime artifacts. This section has also been enabled and you can check this. All these classes that have been generated here. I will select my DPC extension class right now. Let's go there. Let us start with MPC itself. MPC, I will go to SE24 and I will open it here. Change mode. I will navigate it to SE80 also. Let's see from here now how things looks like. If you go to the type section, System has generated here automatically types. And if you see this, something has been generated TS employee and TT employee. Go inside that. Can you see this? Is this a work area? Yes or no? Tell me this one.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
using the table name. This is a work area. Is this an internal table? TT employee type standard table of TS employee.
Which one
Sorry,
you are asking?
this is a table
TT
type.
employees name.
Yes, this is a table type, correct? TT employee,
Yes.
right? Local table type, it has been generated. That's why I said this model class is MPC class is going to store the definition part, like structure, internal table, table types kind of thing. It's going to generate it. Now, if you want, you can go to DPC class. Let's go there. I'll go to DPC extension class directly. Let's see this change. Navigate to ACAT. And here you are going to see all the system generated methods, inherited methods. And for your entity set, you will automatically see these 5 methods. Create entity, delete entity, get entity set, and update entity. 5 methods, same thing. See this, same stuff. Create, get entity set, update, and delete. See, right? Everyone, is it okay?
Yeah, okay.
Right? Let's redefine this method. So right click and redefine so that we can write our custom logic here. We can simply write our custom logic. I'll remove these commented quotes. So in the next session, we will discuss some more feature on that part. Right now, please just understand this. There is one parameter called ET entity set. ET entity set here used to display all the records to the front end app. And if you check this type here, what is the type of this? Please read this type. It is MPC. It is calling the MPC class, correct? See this MPC class and it's TT employee. What was the TT employee right now? It was the table type, correct? We just saw it, right? Everyone, we just saw the TT employee of this MPC class. This TT employee was nothing but a table type. So what is the type of this parameter? This is a internal table, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Right? So we can directly write our queries based on that. So select employee ID, name, department, manager, salary, currency, all these columns from your table name, see, employee tab, into table, our ET entity set parameter. ET entity set parameter. That's the thing here. Activate it. There are some problems. The data type of the manager of ET entity set. Oh, sorry, there is one problem. From table. Let's use corresponding fields here. I'm not using MANDT, that's why it is causing the problem. No issue. Activate it. Yeah. One important thing also here. I will write it for note point. OData services can only be tested via external breakpoint. So use external breakpoint to debug OData service. Use external breakpoint to debug the OData service. So if you activate this, and here you can directly put this external breakpoint, this one. So let's go and execute this, guys. Go back to your SEGW. Now you have created your data model, right? You have created your data model, you have generated the runtime artifacts, and you have implemented a basic get entity set method. The next thing is, if you want to test your OData service, you will simply go and register your OData service. Registration part is mandatory. So one way is, we just saw another our transaction code, which is /n/IWFND main underscore service. Either we can go there, or we can also select it from here also. Right now, I will follow the same approach. I will go there directly. Let's copy it. Go there. Yeah. So we need the service name also. Let's bring it. Where is first? Yeah, this one. Copy the registered service name here. This is the service. Let's copy it. Go back to activate and maintain services. And let's go for add service. Pass your service name and press enter. Click on get services. Not coming. Why? There's some issue. It's not filtering. It's running service name. Local. Pass your service. Click on get service. Yeah. Now it is there. So you can simply select it and go for add selected services. By default, it will ask for the service. Pass your package name and click on OK button. This registration is very, very important. If your service has been registered, now you can click on OK button. Pass the request, and you see here, service was created and its metadata has been loaded successfully. Now this one is ready to be tested. Once this is done, this is ready to be tested. You can go back and you can simply click on filter and search for your service here. Go for OK button. This is my service. I can just go to browser directly now. So call browser. I will copy this link. Yeah. This link I will directly copy. And let's go to Chrome itself. Here. Enter. What it is saying. The style document is not there. I'll go back to gateway client itself. Go to gateway. Don't go for browser right now. Go for gateway client. And click on execute button. What is the message we are getting here? 200 and green. This simply means your OData service has been registered. This service has been registered. Now you can simply select your entity set. See here, employee set. Only one entity set we have created. So I will select it. Yeah. And I will click on execute button. Is the debugger hitting? Yes or no? Is the debugger hitting?
Yes.
Are we in debugging? Right now, if you check the ET entity set, there is no records. So I will click on F6 and this got executed. Total 17 records are coming. I will click on continue and we are getting all these records. Same thing you can test from browser also. Same thing you can test from browser also here. You can pass the entity set name. This is the entity set, employee set. And I will also pass the dollar format, question mark dollar format equal to JSON to check the JSON data. See, it will also hit the debugger. And go back and check. It will also hit the debugger. Yeah, see, right? Is it hitting the debugger? Yes or no? We are
Yes, sir.
sending some request from the, see here, it has been stopped. So we are in debugging here. So once this one will be executed, now on the browser, you see, you are getting all the records in the JSON format. Are we exposing the data on the browser? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If I change the format to XML, now again it is hitting. Let's go back and check it. It will hit the debugger. Let me check. Not yet. Oh, sorry, it should be small. Name cases are very, very small, important. XML. See here, it is loading. And here breakpoint will hit. Check. Yeah. We are again in debugging. Once you will click on continue. Now see this. This is XML format data. All those 17 records. All those 17 records. Everyone getting it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So once you will check it, this one will might not work in your local system because you do not have the host files on your system. So one way is you can use the RDP for that. Another way is I will share the host files so that you can add it in your local system also, and you will be able to implement on our server. Okay. So two things are there. I will share our host files with you, and you can use that part. Clear? Everyone is clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So today it is already delayed. Tomorrow we will start right from here and we will discuss some more features on that. Okay.